Pharmaceutical companies can be some of the biggest producing gainers in the industry. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about Vaxart, ticker symbol VXRT, kind of what I like about the price action, what I like about the company, what analysts are saying, but most importantly, whether or not this is a stock we should have in our portfolios for 2021. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. We're going to grow our portfolios together, and we're just going to grow together. Now, if you like the content on this channel, please don't forget to click that like button, and if the subscribe button is still red, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and become a bro. And if you like the video and want to share it on StockTwits, make sure to tag me there as well, at ClayBro. So Vaxart is the name of the company we're talking about, ticker symbol VXRT. Now, if you're not 100% sure about what they do, they develop different vaccines, but it's not like a vaccine that you have to take in the form of a shot. They develop oral vaccines, and they do it for things like the regular flu and such things like that, but they're also working on a coronavirus vaccine. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, the coronavirus vaccine's already out there. We've got Pfizer, we've got Moderna, we've got companies all over the world creating coronavirus vaccines. But so what makes this one special? Well, I know a lot of people don't like injecting themselves. They don't like the idea of putting a needle in them. And there's a lot to be said about an oral vaccine, and that's exactly what Vaxart is developing. But I dug a little deeper, and one of the things that I really like about this company, okay, when you start to look at the financials for a lot of pharmaceutical companies, you'll see that they either don't have revenue, they're not selling anything right now, or they've got negative net earnings and all of that. But yes, this company does have revenue, and yes, they do have negative net earnings at the moment. But if we talk about when they could potentially turn positive and hit that bottom line, if you go through and read some of the articles that are out there, analysts believe that Vaxart could turn a profit as soon as next year. So when 2022 comes around, we could be seeing positive net earnings on the bottom line for Vaxart. And I know it's not, it's not the most important thing to see a company with positive net earnings before investing in them, especially if you're a swing trader or when we're talking about things like pharmaceutical companies. It's not the end of the world to see that they're not turning a profit, but if you're looking to hold a company long term, I believe it is always important to see that not only are they growing their revenue, but their earnings are growing and their earnings are positive as well. This is a huge indicator that they can continue to innovate, they can continue to reinvest in the business, and they can continue to grow as a company. And one of the other things that I really like about VXRT is the fact that they don't have any debt on their balance sheet. All of the money that they've been spending and all of the growth that they've been going through is from their revenue and from shareholder equity. So they're not debt heavy. So this is a huge plus for any company that isn't necessarily turning a profit. Once we start to get a lot of debt involved and then, debt becomes too much, it just becomes too much to handle, and sometimes the business doesn't work because it's too heavily in debt. So this is an excellent plus for Vaxart, something that really intrigues me when I can see a company is working very lean and they're working with no debt and they're also about to break even. Now let's talk a little bit about the stock price, because as investors, we want to see a rising stock price. When we get in, we want a stock to be rising so that we can earn money right from the start and we can continue to earn money as the investors in the company. So the stock price went from around 50 cents per share last year, and it's trading all the way above $7 per share right now. So this was a huge 14x increase just in the last year alone. Now, can the gains continue? I know this is a question everybody always wants to ask. Is this a stock we should be getting into? Is it too expensive right now? Should we watch it fall back down? What's going to happen? Well, nobody can predict the market, and nobody can predict what's going to happen within each individual stock. But here's what we like about this stock. It's right at a level of resistance. So yes, we could see a pullback in the price of Vaxart, but also if we break this $7 per share line, I think the resistance was somewhere around $7.50 per share. So if we break this line, we're not really going to see resistance again until about the $9 per share mark. So that gives you a huge potential, or a great potential for a huge gain. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, that's only $2 per share, but it's on a $7 stock. You're thinking roughly a 25% increase in the share price alone before we really get to the next level of resistance. Now, the thing I like about this, if we break through that $9 per share mark, we could hit $15 per share before we reach the next level of resistance. So this is a 2x on this stock, really before we get into too much resistance and too much in the headway of the bulls to continue moving higher, strictly on a technical analysis standpoint. Obviously, if they come out with a coronavirus vaccine and there's news to push this stock higher, and it's working and people are more accepting to that than they are other coronavirus vaccines, obviously the news could push that stock a lot higher. But looking at a technical analysis standpoint, I believe that we're right around the $7 mark right now. We could have a little bit of resistance at $7.50 per share. But really the next level we're worried about is $9 and then $15 per share. So if you want to invest in a stock that could potentially 2x over the short term, VXRT could be an awesome opportunity for all of us. Now, I know we talk a lot about clean energy and electric vehicles and stuff like that on this channel, but we want to remember that we should be diversified when investing. So if you have room in your portfolio for biopharmaceutical stocks and pharmaceutical companies, and you're not afraid to get into these, now listen, pharmaceutical companies can be extremely speculative. And especially when we're talking about very low-priced pharmaceutical companies, this stock price can move up and down, and it can move quick. So if you're a speculative investor, if you're looking for those quick gains and you're okay with volatility, it can be okay to add one of these pharmaceutical companies to our portfolios, especially if we have the room in terms of diversity. So if this is something that you're looking to add to your portfolio, maybe in the week ahead or in the month ahead, this is, what do I want to recommend? I always want to recommend buying a rising stock. Now, like I mentioned, we're right around that level of resistance at the $7.50 per share mark. So if we see a pullback, don't get in as the stock is going down. If you already are in the position, okay, make sure you use a stop loss to protect your profits, but I don't want to enter this position as it's going down. We want to enter as it's rising, and it would be great to enter as we break through that level of resistance and we go on and we can hold it all the way until we test that $9 per share mark. And if you believe in the company and if you want to hold it a little bit longer term, we could go all the way to $15 per share, which would be an excellent gain, right? So guys, if you like the content on this channel, please don't forget to click that like button. And if the subscribe button is still red, I'll give you one more shot. Join the channel and become a bro and subscribe. And if you like the video and want to share it on StockTwits, make sure you tag me there as well, @ClayBro. And until the next time, I hope that all of you guys have an awesome day.